What's up, guys? Brian with HappyThumbsGaming here, back with some more Funko Fusion. Next up, Jurassic World Level 4 Pyro Gyro Fun Play. That's right, we're going to get that 35K to get that final tube. And no trophy achievements found in this, but we're going to get all 7 of those silver crowns, the Foxxo body part, the KFC bucket, and of course that amber, and also the Protoparts. You thought I was going to forget those, didn't you? Nope, we are good to go. And here we are in the Funko Factory Hub world for Jurassic World, and you can see we're already targeting level 4 Pyro Gyro, so let's go ahead and get to work. In fact, we're going to pop up this terminal here, and it's going to show us all the collectibles, which we will complete, except for that question mark and that square on the far right, which are cameo quest related, and that'll be one of the last things we do in our series. So here we are, we're going to go ahead and flip the switch and release the hounds. And as soon as we get out here, we're going to smack that Jeep, reveal a battery, and throw it in the charger. Now, it should be noted that number 5 is going to be needed in order to do a teleportal jump here. And of course, once we get through that wall, we can find ourselves a dead gyro with a fossilized piece of amber. So one collectible done did already. All right, now that the battery's charged, let's go ahead and swap it over to the power upper, and it should pump up the old gyro here, allowing us to escort it through the level. It should be noted there is a chest down below us, which we were down there before last time we were in this area for the 4 lever chest. This time it is the destroy all collectibles. So there are 5 Jurassic Park cases scattered throughout. We'll get all those and return back, and no worries, we'll switch to a 5-star character to make that journey back and forth quick style. Now, you might notice there's a Jurassic Park sign here. It's just like a little yellow sign. You can kind of see it on the right-hand side of your screen. Once you get the gyro to that point, it's going to spawn some bad guys on the left side. They are going to come through like nobody's biz. And we got to go ahead and errati those baddies so we can keep on with the keeping on. Now, be aware, too, that there are flaming fireballs coming out of nowhere. I guess it's the volcano that's exploding. I'm not exactly sure how or why. We didn't trigger that. I know that. That's one thing I know for sure. And we're going to just keep on escorting until we get up to the Raptor cage here. Now, once we get here, there's going to be another group of bad guys spawning. You probably noted we saw a fuse, and we went ahead and slammed it into the spot there because that's going to allow us access to a free soda. I mean, free, we kind of had to put some work in to do it, but it still didn't cost us a penny. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Feel free to drink your poo if you need. We're doing all right, but we're going to go ahead and slam one down anyways. Little Jolt Cola. Now, Jolt, I guess Jolt would be the yellow. Remember Jolt Cola, that double caffeinated craziness that's from like the mid 80s, early 90s, somewhere in there. All right, I started to take a recyclable over, but then I realized it was a long ways away. So we're going to really focus on the battery here, slam it in the charger. We're going to need this battery all pumped up to go ahead and activate some sprinklers over here that'll allow us to continue our escort. But first, slam the battery in, all charged up, and activate the terminal, which, again, should put out the fire, because we didn't stop the fire. All right, we're going to keep escorting, but we're going to take a little bit of a detour here. In fact, there's 2 Jurassic Park cases inside the Raptor cage. So we're going to go ahead and sneak in here, but there's a battle ensuing between the Raptors and some, I guess, workers? They're bad guys, nonetheless. Everything is bad. Now, as soon as we walk in, we actually just walk by case number 1. But it actually turns out to be case number 2 for us because we get the other one in the back corner first. So, alrighty, the baddies, and take a little peek in this corner over here, which should be case number 1. And then turn around, and like I said, we ran right by it on the left-hand side, but it's going to be on our right now as we've turned around. Booyah-ka-show. Now, next up, we got to shatter some glass here, and it's going to require an amp and somebody who can play the guitar like Scott Pilgrim. Now, we also have Marty McFly that can use the old guitar too, but for the sake of this video, not knowing the order or how you have proceeded with your collectings, we're going to go ahead and just use the base characters for most of this. So I know I'm keeping it boring, but it is what it is. So, all right, we grabbed an amp from the crafter, and we're going to go ahead and swap characters on over to somebody who can play the guitar. Like I said, for us, it's going to be Mr. Scott Pilgrim. And we do have quite a few guys that can play the guitar. I'm not one of them. I can't play any musical instruments these days. Back when I was young, I actually had a clarinet, and I was working my way up the works trying to get over to the saxophone. That was my goal, but never actually made it to the sax. So, all right, we actually did the recycling there. Pretty sweet deal. And, of course, now that we're inside next to the amp, we need to swap it over to the yellow style and pump it up. Look at that. Shattered the glass, grabbed the crown, and we're almost out of here. We actually have a 4-lever chest in here. Should be noted that in this little entrance point, there is one of the 4 levers. Up top, we're going to find another lever in the far corner there. And there's another one inside the Raptor cage just to the left of the green mold machine. And the last one's going to be on the staircase on the outside. We recommend flipping the one on the staircase first, rushing over to the one on the top side of the cage, dropping down and dashing over to the one by the mold machine, and then making a quick run to the entrance of the whole area, which, if you got it in time, it will pop the chest open. You can see the little gold sort of ambience up here with all the vinyl. And if you didn't, there's always a couple of options. You could switch to K or somebody with 5-star speed, which should make it easy, or you could take one of those yellow soda pops and make yourself go way fast, Sonic style. All right, we're going to keep escorting until we get to this second pathway here on the left. It's actually going to reveal some gold bricks, and luckily for us, there's a character swap right here. So we're going to pull out He-Man and go ahead and shatter some gold bricks. That's right. You know me. I love some gold. I love that I get to say that in this game, too. All right, so now that we've destroyed the gold, we're going to switch back over to Scott Pilgrim. Now, you're going to notice a little bit of an edit right there. That's because I messed this up. The key here is you have to play the Jurassic theme. It's 1, 2, 1, 3, 5. 1, 2, 1, 3, 5. That's what it is. And Booyakasha, if you get it right, it'll thunder throughout the area and drop the crown for us. Now, we're going to go ahead and grab a bounce pad, and if you've been following along, we're actually going to place one in the same spot as we did the last time we were in this area. Also, take note of the Jurassic Park case in the upper right-hand side of your screen. We're going to grab that in a minute. Now, it's a little bit of a funny angle, as I like to say, but place it right next to the pillar, and you should be able to jump up to the top where there is a KFC bucket. Nom noms. We'll go ahead and take down some chicken real quick, and now that we're energized, we can go ahead and crack this chest open, which happens to be a destroy all enemies. So it's a little bit of a tight fit up here, but you should be able to get her done. Now keep in mind, if you do fail this, if you die during this battle, it will respawn, causing you to start it over, but that's okay. It should be pretty easy for you. Take out the guys. Now, that should be mentioned too. The guys that spawn are randomly generated. The group that you see will likely look different than the one that I had, but that's okay. Should be 4 to 5 guys. Once they're all gone, the chest should crack open and Booyakasha. Now, over in the far left corner, there's also a vinyl chest. I recommend grabbing that before dropping down and taking out the 3rd Jurassic Park case. All right, we are on a roll here. I am almost out of breaths. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get back to the escorting, but just beware, there's probably some bad guys in the neighborhood waiting to spoil our escorting journey. I'm going to use the retreat method quite a bit here, but as it turns out, they're coming from my retreat point, so I got to find some cover. Always try to use the environment to your advantage by using, like, walls to block shots or gates or things like that. Once the baddies are done dead, we can go ahead and keep on up the hill here. Now again, watch out for those flaming fireballs because they will basically deplete that meter, and that's not something we're trying to do right now. Once we get up to the top here, it's actually going to require us to do a little bit of story-based bits before we can actually keep on with the escort. We're not going to do that quite yet. In fact, we're going to sneak into this little compartment over here. And after grabbing a blue chest and a little bit of vinyl, we're going to go down to the left-hand side and find the Foxxo part. But as soon as we get to this corner and smash those boxes, bad guys spawn behind us. So be aware of the sneak attack. Take both the dudes out and make your way back over. Collect that Foxxo body part. And next up, we're going to go ahead and activate the purple chest, which is going to give us a wheel. This wheel will be able to be placed here and spin to win, which is going to open a door, giving us access to a Jurassic Park case and the red Protopart. The old red orb baddie is going to try to make a run out of there, but go ahead and knock him down. And before collecting it, we're actually going to come in here and heal up, I believe. And we're also going to switch to a character with 5-star speed. So it doesn't matter who you choose. We're going to go with Kayla just because that's who we selected from the beginning. And now that we got the 5-star speed, we're going to go ahead and crack that case off. Booyakasha, 4 of 5 done did. And we're going to go ahead and grab that red Protopart. We got a little bit of a journey to take this back. And we figured since we're back here, there's also some other things we can wrap up, like the other Jurassic Park case, another silver chest. And then, of course, once we get that other Jurassic Park case, it's actually going to give us another silver chest. So We'll go ahead and MJ this bad boy. That's right, dunk it from the free throw line. We got Thunderstick Protopart number 4. So after we finish up the next Jurassic level, we should have that part complete. And that would give us our second wonder weapon because we already have one from the Back to the Future, the Jurassic Park, the Back to the Future level. Holy, it's early, guys. It's early. All right, inside the cave behind the waterfall. We've been here before. It looks a little different, though. It's a little chilly. Good thing they've placed a gas canister here that we can go ahead and melt it. Now, if for some reason that's different, I know that when Doug recorded this, there wasn't a canister and you needed child's, or you could craft your own gas canister. Either way works. On the way out, make sure you crack off that final Jurassic Park case, giving us 5 of 5. And of course, if you've missed one, we do have quick links down below in the video description that should take you right back there. But we're going to go ahead and make a run all the way down, avoiding all those fireballs from the, I guess, again, I think it's coming from like a local volcano. We could turn that off anytime now, guys. All right, officially got the crown. We are back at it, running. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you have a 5-star character or not. It just certainly helps the speed in the process, especially for the recording and the viewing. Much rather be faster than slower. All right, you know this drill here. We're going to avoid all of the explodies and back up the hill to our escort point, which we can now solve a quick puzzle and charge the battery that'll allow us to access that terminal right there and open the gate. After that, it's pretty much a home stretch to the finish line. We do have one more group of bad guys, I think, and we also have a couple more collectibles. We got a vinyl tube, and we also have the green Protopart, because we haven't got that yet. All right, now the battery's all charged, go ahead and drop it back in the old terminal down here, which should power up the switches. Now, on the wall over here behind the computer is a number. It should be 1, 2, 4, 3. That's the order you want to pull these switches. Be very careful in how you do it, because if you mess it up, it's pretty hard to tell how to fix it. Because I just flipped it and flipped it and flipped it eventually in my scouting run, because I messed it up somehow. But 1, 2, 4, 3, and look at that. The power's running up the line now, because we got the battery charged too. And go ahead and open it up. Woo to the hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, here's a chest waiting for us. Get our escort on. Wait for those 20-sided die. Every time I pop one of those vinyl chests, I feel like I'm about ready to play some Dungeons & Dragons. Anybody else feel like that? Kind of a weird but awesome shape that they chose for that. All right, so as I mentioned, I do believe there's one more group of baddies, but I am not seeing them. So you know what? I'll take the free pass. Oh, psych, there they are. I knew it. See, I told you there was another group. You thought I was wrong. When is the HTG Brian wrong? Actually, it happens more often than I'd care to admit, but it didn't happen in this particular case. Once you get all the way to the end and you've taken down the bad guys, you're going to have to crack off that lock and remove the battery. And that should give us access to the electrified fence that is no longer electrified, and we can flip the switch, allowing us to escort the old gyro in to its final resting place. That's right, old Maisie. And is Beta in there too, or is it just Maisie? I think it's Beta's in there too. I don't know, is it big enough for Beta? All right, make note of the vinyl chest on the left, and of course the proto part, the green one, was on our right. We're going to go ahead and fill this tube up with 35,000 vinyls and collect number 7. That's right, crown number 7 is officially ours. Now, we're going to go ahead and grab the fun key and slam it in. There is a cutscene that has been removed, so it goes to black and pops right back, and I'm in a weird spot. That's not a bad edit. That's just how it is. There's some vinyl on the right side of the entry point to the final spot. Grab that real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and swoop up the old proto part, which is going to require us to slam dunk it in a machine inside the final area here. So not a far journey. If you haven't used the fun key, do it now and go ahead. And now you've got it all, guys. You got to get it all, and you had to get it all. But guess what? You got it all. So woo to the hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, we're looking a little light on vinyl. We still need 5 million, so I have a feeling by the time we get done, it's not going to be nearly enough. But all silver crowns, all collectibles, including the proto parts, the bucket, and the amber, and the parts. So we got everything. Lots of parts. Body parts, proto parts, chicken parts. It's a lot of parts, like I said. All right, back out in the Funko Factory Hub world for Jurassic. And look at that. We've got one level left before we're out of here. Well, I would say for the final time, but we have to come back for some character cameo stuff. So almost done, but not quite. But hey, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click that like button. And, of course, check us out on social media, HappyThumbsGaming.com. As for me, though, that's going to do it. As always, until next time.